He's
Hey,
an okay guy.
y'all seen the Loma fight, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard Loma beat the dog shit.
No, you pick.
Yeah,
No,
he
fuck
did.
out of it. You pick
Demolished
Nakatani. You pick Nakatani. Get the fuck out of here. You don't get to say nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was my twin brother.
Fuck out. You
That was
pick
my
Nakatani.
twin.
Listen.
That was my twin
You
brother. I don't know
picked
what you're talking about.
Nakatani.
And Jimmy, that's the hating shit I talk about, right? He hate Loma so much. He gonna pick a guy that nobody. He knew he
I
had a
don't
chance.
hate Loma.
Yes, you do.
I told you that was just a crazy prediction I was just gonna go with.
It was a dumbass prediction.
He did everything I thought he would, except the
Hey,
stop.
you know what else was a dumb prediction? You thinking Crawford was gonna get any meaningful fights this year?
Bro, you capping for Charlo that's ducking boot for everybody. Charlo, your guy.
Jamel is about to be undisputed though.
No,
Jamel's gonna be undisputed, so I can run with that one.
We talking about the other one that's ducking Boo Boo.
Oh, Boo Boo, the same dude that ducked Derevchenko?
Oh my God, you talking about old shit. We talking about right now, 2021.
Oh,
What's your man doing right now? He ducking motherfuckers.
Yeah, Boo Boo, the same dude that ducked
No.
Laura. Brother.
What's your man doing right now?
Huh?
When he gonna fight somebody at middleweight? Listen,
Boo Boo gonna fight somebody at middleweight.
No, listen. I'm about to fuck him up, Jimmy. Charlo and Bud do the same thing. They beat nobody in 3 years.
I didn't understand what you said.
Listen, Charlo ain't
Wait,
do
say
shit
that again. I couldn't hear you.
What happened?
Charlo ain't do shit in 3 years. When he hyped
He
Charlo
beat
up.
Derevchenko. That's something.
And who else he beat?
Oh.
Korbov.
The fuck is a gator lip?
But go ahead. But Jimmy, I'm gonna let you talk, Jimmy. What you think about Loma last night?
Got a gator lip. Fuck you.
What the fuck is he talking about?
He talking about me.
No, I think he's talking about me. He said top right.
You're in the bottom right.
Yeah,
I'm in the top
I think we all got something different.
Hey Jimmy, look, you the biggest Loma fan. So how you look last night?
Loma?
Yeah, how did you look last night?
Amazing. He demolished him. He did better than I thought he was gonna do.
I said he was going by wide decision.
I think at best, Nakatani won 1 round last night. At best.
And that's just being generous, right?
Yeah,
I honestly I had Loma the shutout. Demolished him. Like what the fuck? He didn't wait no getting said fuck work his face stuff.
I don't understand nothing you just said.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just me or not. It was going in and out.
Is your hand underneath the speaker?
Oh no, it's leaned up against my chest. Nah, he was going like Nakatani didn't even try to push him forward, like Lopez did. He took nothing from that fight, and Loma just did what he wanted to do all fight. He was like doing some crazy shit where he was like coming over the top and hitting him in the face. Like, well, what's going on?
So you see, Bob Arum already pitched the idea of a Loma versus Lopez too.
And Lopez's father's on board. Honestly, it's a good fight. I like the fight, but it's not a smart fight for Lopez to take.
Exactly.
But I think because Bob said something about the
the
extension that he signed, he insinuated that it was already agreed upon when Lopez signed the extension. And you know how Bobby doing with those extensions with the fine print.
So he has to fight Loma again?
That's what he made it sound like, and his father made it sound like, yeah, I'll convince him.
He already, Bob Arum, what's his father? One of them said the plan is for Lopez to beat Kambosos and them to do that fight in December. So it sounds like they already.
And then they're gonna go up.
How y'all think a rematch will be?
I like Loma.
It's interesting to see if Loma could correct the problems from the first fight. You still got to think about Teofimo Lopez's power. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I like Lopez's chances a lot better than I did the first time.
Loma got start. He got start earlier.
Yeah, that's
I'll
what
say this right now. It might end up like a Triple G Canelo 2 type fight where it's more of a brawl, if anything, instead of a boxing match. It might end up like that because that's a lot of bad blood between them two. I think about it. They're both coming out with a point to prove. I think it might end up being like a fight of the year type fight.
Plus Loma seen the style for 12 rounds already, so he should be adjusted to the team of field with style and power.
Vice versa.
Sorry.
He made his statement. He made his statement. Get his shutout.
Yo, hold on. I'll be back.
All right. See, my thing is, he won a lot by, I don't know. Like you said, it's 50-50, though. I'll give you that.
I said he made his statement to get the rematch. I mean, I was like,
That's how you get a rematch. That's how you really make a statement.
He won every second of every round. And it's like I was watching both cards, the Showtime card and that one at the same time. But it's like every time I look at it, it was just the same shit.
But and you got things that sometimes dudes be a little overrated. Why Nakatani so highly rated? Why? Because he went 12. He went 12 with T.O. and he fought
No, I'm working back with Alomar.
Yeah, he fought Verdejo. He really beat Verdejo.
That's fucked up. I left the damn stove on. You know when you're cooking like something and then you turn the heat low and you forget to turn it off? My girl touched the stove and she burned her hand.
Oh, so she all right?
Now, she all right, man, but she hurting right now.
Well, you gotta log off, bro. Log off.
Nah, I'm good.
Let's talk about the Showtime
She has a
card.
hand under the faucet.
Oh shit.
See, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, so
hey, man, your coach keeps sending shots at the Charlos. I ain't even say nothing about them yet.
We're gonna go with that Lubin and Rosario fight first. What y'all think of that?
Who goes first? Who's going first?
That was a good fight.
Well, my thing, like
I
said that Lubin was gonna style on him, or Rosario gonna knock him out. It was 1-2. It was in between.
Well, we basically all said the same thing. Lubin
Yeah,
styles
we all
Lubin
kind of
knocks
said
him
the
out.
same thing about what was gonna happen.
Can I get a pizza pretzel?
I'm surprised how he did it. He set it up perfectly, and he just beat the shit out of him. So
I didn't think.
And a large cherry, large mango.
But Rosario needs to move up to 160. That body is weak.
Yeah.
No. It's
like he folds as soon as he gets hit to the body. He folds.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, he hurt.
In the pizza pretzel.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
One. Thank you.
I got questions about Lubin too. So when he got hurt in the early rounds, I was kind of worried for a minute.
I'll say it like this: Charlo is just a horrible fight for Lubin, no matter where they.
I think Charlo knocks him out again.
Yeah, I do.
And like if Charlo catches him like that and hurts him, oh my god, the follow-up is going to be brutal.
A good fight or J-Rock?
That's a real good fight.
Who would y'all rather
fight?
Between
J-Rock
and Tony?
He not gonna fight J-Rock. J-Rock can fight almost 2 years. J-Rock not gonna fight Lubin off a 2 year layoff. Tony Harrison.
It's been 1 year, Ty.
Tony.
Only been 1 year.
Rosario. Think about it. I was there. It's almost 2 years.
That was 2020.
Oh, 18 months.
Tony Harrison.
Harrison.
That's what should happen. J-Rock should fight Tony Harrison. Then the winner fight Lubin. Winner gets the title.
The only other fight you have is that Tim Sue, whatever his name is.
He should fight
from Australia.
Lubin should fight.
I favor Sue in that fight. I think he knocks out Lubin.
Huh?
It's crazy because that's the problem with a lot of
sons. I think he knocks out Lubin.
J-Rock needs to fight Tony. Then fight Lubin.
Who will knock out Lubin?
Tim Sue.
Knock out Lubin?
Yeah.
You on coke?
No, I'm not.
Nah, look, Rosario almost knocked Lubin out. Tim Sue's a much better finisher than Rosario is. Much more precise. Those punches from better angles. Got beautiful time shots. Tim Sue's a problem.
And Lubin not a problem? Oh,
Lubin's not a problem, but he also got a problem.
Lubin's a problem, but he's inconsistent.
His chin not glass. He got caught one time by one guy.
You see how stiff his legs got? He almost turned into AJ for a second.
He got caught with
If Rosario was a sharp, accurate puncher, Lubin would have been in trouble. Lubin probably would have been dropped.
It's boxing.
Rosario is wild. Is suspect.
Lubin has a suspect chin. He got hurt by Terrell Boucher.
It's not glass, but it's
not
suspect.
a power puncher at all.
He's not known for knocking guys out like that. Like Rosario, I don't know.
I'm feel like this. T.Y. gonna say his chin ain't suspect, but I guarantee when he got hurt last night, T.Y. got worried.
Yep.
When he got hurt,
who you talking to?
Round 3, everybody was like,
got some food coming?
Everybody was
listen. All right, but no, like I said, I don't think he got fucking Triple G chin. But I think the kid has some advantage over a lot of fighters. And all these fighters, Tim Tszyu was not motherfucking Charlo. Tim Tszyu is a good fighter. He's not Charlo. What makes you think he can do what Charlo did?
But I think he knocks out Lubin.
Lubin is not really all that hard to hit, too. I mean, he's got good defense, but Lubin can be tagged.
He's fast. He can punch. He got angles that can fight. He got power. That shit. That kid ain't sweet.
He's not. Lubin's a good fighter, but he doesn't really have all that many different dimensions.
No one said he's a pushover.
I want to
but
see Lubin.
We're talking about the top prospect at 154 right now.
He should fight the Diamonds next.
Who?
We're talking about the top prospect at 154 right now.
He's talking about the one who fought right before Lubin yesterday.
He should fight the Diamonds next. They fought right under each other. Same weight class. He should fight the Diamonds next.
The Diamonds can do a lot for him.
Can Lubin beat Rosario?
Look, that's a good fight. He's still developing. He ain't got to. He gonna be all right. He got to keep fighting.
Lubin is at that stage right now where he's close to a title. He needs fights that are gonna propel him. He needs fights that are gonna make Jamel say, "All right, you gotta run back."
Hitman, what are you talking about? The guy, 3 dudes might fight for 4 belts, right? So that means, you know what you do? The guy knocked him out in the first round, right? So no way Lubin should do, beat everybody else. And keep being active and keep being no showtime. There's no championship. It's about to be one champion. What are you talking about? Chase the championship.
Hear anything I said before you cut me off?
What are you talking about?
Because I didn't even get to finish my statement before you cut me off.
You talking some bullshit.
Talking about some bullshit. You saying he should fight the dude that was underneath him.
That was a good fight.
I'm saying Lubin need to get a guy like Tony and J-Rock next. Keep fighting the big names at 54. Keep scalping the absolute best guys at 54. That way, Jamel or Brian Castano, whoever wins, has to go for him next. If Lubin would have knocked out Harrison, beat J-Rock, that's gonna get Jamel's attention. Jamel's gonna that's gonna put all the pressure on Jamel.
But right now, Tony, listen, you talking about listen. He's talking about names, right? J-Rock ain't fighting 18 months. Tony Harrison looked bad his last fight. Just a bone-up 147-pounder. Him beating Tony Harrison does nothing for him right now.
Tony Harrison's still at the top of the weight division, though. What are you talking about?
Tony, my guy. He like shit his last fight.
All right, he was off of how long of a layoff?
Oh, just like J-Rock. You think J-Rock come back for almost 2 years and fight
When's the last time Tony Harrison fought, though?
Okay, but J-Rock was supposed to fight last night.
You get rust.
No, Jimmy. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying this is a good fight, but I'm saying like right now that I don't think Harrison does nothing for him right now.
And plus, J-Rock was supposed to fight anyway last night.
Harrison's problem is that his style and his flaw, they counteract each other because like his style involves him using a lot of energy and moving a lot, and his problem is his gas tank. So I don't understand. Like he's screwed.
2 mango and a pizza person.
2 mangoes?
In a pizza person, yeah. Yeah, thank you. I think she's taking the order already.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate you, though.
No, I got
Harrison, like,
yeah, they had a sharing. Good looking.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, that is a real bad problem for him. You think he should like try to move his training camp, like try to get a different trainer or something?
Who, Tony Harrison?
Did he do that? Didn't he do that when he fought Arnold? I mean,
but he went with his brother.
Yeah,
hit the rowing machine.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he need a new trainer.
I think he should go with Sugar Hill.
And right in Detroit, that's okay. Hitman, you that's not smart, Hitman. I agree with you.
You had to throw that little comment in, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you my man, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Nah, but yeah, that would be good because he's worked with Sugar Hill Store before, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, no, Detroit, they probably worked with each other before. You know how it is in Gym City. I mean, everybody work with each other.
I mean, I think that would be perfect for Tony because Tony, when you think the thing about Tony gets some underrated power too. If Tony could be like a little bit more aggressive, set shots up better, he could probably do a lot more with his style. To the point where he doesn't have to use all that energy. You know what I mean? Moving around.
What about Fondora? What about Lubin versus Fondora?
Lubin won't beat him.
Yeah, I think he'll beat the shit out of Fondora. I don't think much of him. I think he's just tall. That's it. I think Lubin will break that body down and stop him in like the 8th round.
What about Lubin versus Danny Garcia?
Lubin beats the shit out of Danny for the whole fight.
No, Danny Garcia, I think, knocks him out.
Knock out Lubin?
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
He won. I don't know.
Because Danny Garcia is bigger than him for one.
No,
and, Danny Garcia is not a big 147er, but he's still 147.
I agree with Jimmy
saying that 147 for a while.
I think
and he has that power. He has Charlo power, though. Danny Garcia has Charlo power.
But guess what, though? Jimmy, he has Charlo power, but that shit's slow. You can see it coming.
I don't think he'll be able to land that Charlo power on.
Charlo shit fast and quick and sharp. That was a great shot he caught it with. That wasn't no slow-ass haymaker.
So let me ask
you. I
can
honestly see Lubin beating up Danny the same way Spence beat up Danny. Just maybe a little bit more scares in that fight.
He He might
Yeah,
stop
bro, this
Danny. He
Rosario
might
fight
stop.
got you guys like rating him so high now. Like we just forgot that he's the most inconsistent fighter at fucking 140.
So
At
look,
uh,
so
154.
we all think Charlo will beat Lubin. How do y'all think Lubin will do with Castano?
Castano might pressure him. He might be too much pressure for him.
That'd be a good fight.
Castano's really like
big. Lubin's not big at 154, right? He's not big.
No, he's not big.
No,
He's not a
not.
big guy.
I mean, he didn't look too much smaller than Rosario.
Do you think? I don't know, man. Danny's not big, but Danny's not small.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
weird.
right.
He gets better at 140, but
I paid once you
has power. He's got shotgun power in that hand.
Oh, wow.
Danny looked bigger than Keith when they fought.
Got you, homie.
He did. I do remember that.
It's weird. Like it's weird. He did better at 140, but at 147, like he just. I don't know. He still has the power though. He could put guys to sleep.
I think just at 147, the guys just took the power a lot better, and they just had a way better work rate than him.
But guys at 147 also, there's a lot of guys with better chin. Like you don't really have any glass chin dudes at 147 these days. There's no Amir Khan.
I knew that name was about to come up. Hey, so yeah, let's get to it, man. What y'all think of Tank fight?
Honestly,
Tank did
a lot better than
Hey, hold on. Hey, look,
Tank did what he's supposed to do.
I want to get the people mad. So Jimmy, you start off.
Mustafa is mad. He's definitely gonna get mad. Barrios did a lot better than I thought he was gonna do.
He did.
I thought he was getting. Not really a boxer. He's not known for his boxing. He's a pressure fighter. But like he was out boxing and outworking Tank until when Tank first knocked him down. I had Barrios up. I had Barrios up by like a pretty good margin. Like those scorecards were bullshit. But besides the knockdowns, like he was like really beating the shit out of him. Like he was fucking him up. Like what Floyd told him in the corner going into the 10th, saying you were down. He was down.
He was telling him the unofficial scorecard was down.
No, on the unofficial, yeah. Fuck up that boy and shit. No way. But we know how boxing is. We know what the scorecards were. Barrios was up going into those. With the knockdowns, the two knockdowns, the 10-7 rounds. It was very close. I knew it was very close. And at that point, I told you in the chat, I said, Barrios, if anything, Barrios needs a knockout because there's no way they'll give it to him. But I feel like I understand there was a big size difference, but, Tank relies on his power way too much. I feel like 140 is too big for him. I feel like he should go back down to 135, even 130 if he can make it. I don't know. I feel like Floyd needs to train. You saw Floyd giving him advice throughout the whole fight, bro. Just get in his fucking corner and train him.
I kind of don't like that, to be honest with you. Not
a promoter training a guy?
Not necessarily the promoter. Just too many voices in the corner can distract.
No, I know, but it's really Tank just kept looking to Floyd. He wasn't even paying attention to his trainer. So what the fuck's the point?
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I
don't
don't like that.
Put Floyd in the corner. Floyd, you want to make me? If you want to make me confident in Tank, he needs to improve his defense. His defense is very mediocre.
A lot better last night, to be honest.
Yeah, but against the guy who's not a boxer, like Barrios is not a boxer. He's not a guy.
Barrios still got a long reach. He's pretty quick.
But he doesn't box. Neither does Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz has that long reach and everything. For the most part, neither one of them used it in fights. That's the first time I saw Barrios actually try to use his reach. And once he stopped using it, what happened? He got lit up.
I was looking at that. I was watching that fight, and I'm just like, it's kind of just like a bigger version of like Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank.
Exactly.
It did look like that. It did.
It's exactly what it looked like.
Stay away from 147.
147, bro. He needs to get out of 140.
He'd be an idiot to even think about that.
Yeah.
He needs to go back down to 135, even 130. Let him go down to one. Floyd said that he'll only fight PBC guys. So we can forget about Taylor. We can forget about Lopez. We can forget about Loma. We forget about Haney.
I still think that you could put Ryan in there. I still think that Ryan fight could get made.
Floyd said that he will not have other companies make money off of his guy. He said, why
unless they come to PBC though, right?
I don't know.
A lot of people,
30 against Leo Santa Cruz, because he needs to vacate that belt because you got Colbert as the interim belt down there and he's had it. So
a lot of people was mad at that statement by Floyd. I mean, as a boxing fan, I didn't like it, but I'm like, every promotional company is doing that, so I don't see why everybody made it a big deal. He just said it.
Because Tank's a big name and he wants to be a pound for pound name. When you're a pound for, it's not like 147 with Spence, where the entire division up and down is like all part of PBC, so it don't matter. But you see, like for Crawford, how it's a big problem. At 130, 140, they don't have the top guys signed to them. They have Colbert, they have, and who do they have at and they have Prograis at 140, 140. You have,
If
so
they
you
can
have
do it,
Prograis.
they can do a Robert Easter if they want to pull that out. But I doubt
it. I mean, he's not trash, but he's not. He ain't it no more. He don't have it no more.
I'm just naming.
Robert
I
Easton's
think they
on the
should make
same.
that fight, to be honest.
My opinion, Robert Easton's on the same level of what Tank just faced yesterday. Robert Easton, he's probably not as rangy, but Robert Easton has boxing when it comes to boxing capability and skills, he's on the same level of
It's Barrios.
It's Barrios.
yeah.
That's not saying much though.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
not
No. He actually when it comes to footwork and punch variety, I think Robert Easton, see, Barrios, he throws, only thing that he throws at a range is that jab and the 1-2. That's all he throws at a range.
He was making a lot.
Robert Easton, he throws combinations at a range.
He does.
Like that's the difference between like Robert Easton, he meets people on the end with check hooks and shit like that. Barrios, he throws nothing but straight punches and an uppercut.
I'll tell you why I think Tank demolishes Robert Easter. Go watch the Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter fight. Then get back.
No, I didn't say that. I thought that. I didn't say that. I think Robert Easton beats him, but I'm talking about when it comes to boxing skills. I would probably put him higher than Barrios.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it doesn't really say much. Like like Gamboa. Gamboa has good boxing skills, but his defense is trash, and he doesn't know how to use his reach. But he knows how to survive, and he's very like quirky. You know, like he has experience enough to he can last a fight. He knows how to survive.
I did a live the other day talking about how the fight was going to play out. I was saying the man is already. I think people are going to see his actual boxing capabilities now. I think he said after the fight in the post press conference, he was nervous. You know, so he went in there with a certain. And I also said that that in the live, I was like, he's going to come in there with a certain amount of respect for his punching power. I mean, he's not naive. And this guy, like, if you sort of it was completely no respect whatsoever for those other guys' punching power in the lighter weight classes. It was no respect whatsoever. So he never even showed any boxing capabilities. Well, he never even showed. He never relied on any boxing capabilities in the lower weight classes. It was going in there straight for one. Like I'm gonna get him out of there eventually. And that's exactly what I was saying about Wilder. He never relied on anything besides just that
power.
But whether or not he has the capability to box,
it will be seen. You know who it will show me against? He needs to beat a Prograis. Like the Prograis high risk. It's a high risk fight, but I know, but if he beat Prograis, then I would be a believer. He needs. I need a 50-50 fight. I need a 50-50 fight. I need a fight where I could say, well, this guy has more than a puncher's chance to beat Tank. I want a 50-50 fight, and then I could have put him in there with a 50-50 fight because it's bad business.
Wait.
I think
what
Prograis
you say about
I think Prograis.
I think him in there with a Devin Haney is like
he'll never fight Devin Haney. Floyd Mayweather is never gonna let him fight Devin.
Wait. I'm not even going to just hands down say I will put him in there. If I was a coach, I would put him in there with a Haney.
So would I. Yeah, I would too. But I'm saying that Floyd Mayweather already said no.
Mayweather, I think. See, I think Mayweather also. Right now, he's not going to put him in there with Haney. Right now, he's not going to put him in there with Haney, but he's not gonna wait until he's 30, 33, 34. If that fight with Haney is gonna happen, in the next few years.
I agree.
If
But
that
Haney's
fight
gonna have to leave the zone to
it's
do
gonna
it.
happen in the next few years. Well,
The first
and
fight,
right now, skill wise, Tank is actually sharper.
I agree.
Punches is actually
agree.
sharper than Devin Haney.
I agree.
Devin Haney makes too many mistakes
Am-
on defense and offense.
He looks like an amateur still. He doesn't sit on his punches. That's his
He
big
doesn't
problem.
Haney doesn't have an stellar amateur career. Like Haney, he built this name off being inside the Mayweather boxing gym.
Tank versus Haney is not 50-50.
You know, you said what?
He said Tank versus Haney is 50-50. I don't think Tank versus Haney is 50-50.
No. I said if y'all saying
not you.
What the media would call a 50-50 shot.
Oh, well, what the media would say and what hardcore boxing fans would say are two different things.
I said what the media would call 50-50. I said I'm leaning towards Tank.
I'd
So would I,
put that as 60-40 fight.
so yeah, Hitman, what did you think when you was watching the fight?
When I was watching the fight, it went basically exactly how I said it was going to go. Tank was going to be uncomfortable just because of his height, his reach. But as soon as Tank really got to him, Tank was going to bust him up, and he really did. I didn't expect him to do it like that bad. I didn't expect him to just drop him on his ass like that. Tank did. What round did it end? It ended in the 11th or 10th?
11.
Because I know I called 11th or 10th.
11.
I said,
Yep,
I
called it.
I was calling, like, in the early rounds. I wish my cousin was here so he could tell you. But I was calling. As soon as I was looking at it, I said, bro, if you look at how Barrios is punching, I was like, he's throwing no feints.
He does look like an amateur, but he still fights like an
Looks
amateur.
exactly like an amateur. Sorry to cut you off, Sibbie.
I would tell him, I said, Barrios, he isn't changing his speed. He isn't throwing no feints, and he's throwing a lazy jab. You don't throw a lazy jab with no one, especially a counterpuncher with power and with speed like Tank. I said, watch the first knockdown, he going to throw over that lazy jab, and after that, it's going to be ball game. First knockdown, it happened like that. I was like, yeah, the fight about to be over after this.
And the way he finished.
Oh, my God. Demolished him.
Honestly, I'm going to put it like this. Tank would murder Ryan if that fight happens.
Hey, hey, listen.
I'm going to be honest, though, but someone's going to sleep in that fight.
I know how big Tank was, but last night, that fight showed how big of a star Tank is.
Yo, you heard Prograis after the fight?
I was
just told him to shut the fuck up. He'll knock him out.
Let me ask you this, but not even 140, just as far as 130 and 135, who do y'all think Tank beats and who does he lose to?
I think he beats Ryan, Dev. Loma and T.O. are 50-50 fights, though.
No. I think he beats Ryan. I think he sleeps Ryan. Devin Haney. I favor him against Devin Haney, but Haney, if he's gonna fight Haney, it has to be soon because Haney's improving. So if he's gonna fight him, he needs to fight him while he's still developing. If he doesn't fight him now, I don't think he beats him in 3 years.
Okay.
Teofimo Lopez, I don't favor him against Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is too big for him. The power's there, and Teofimo Lopez can box. Lomachenko is 50-50 because Tank's a southpaw, and Loma showed that he could get hit, and he doesn't have a granite chin. So, I mean, that could go either way. I say it's 50-50 because Loma's still very smart. So, but he's very small also.
You said 30. You said 30 and 35.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Can he make 30 anymore?
Probably.
At 30.
If he can, I think he beats Loma at 30.
Loma's gonna fight him at 35, then.
Better chance beating Loma at 35.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then I think he beats Loma at 35.
I think Colbert beats him at 130.
Who? Loma?
No, I think Colbert.
Yo, you gotta stop it, man.
I think he beats Tank. Everyone sleeps on Colbert, bro. Everyone. When you're all gonna be on that bandwagon in like 2 years.
Colbert ain't beating no Tank, man. You crazy?
No, I'm not. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you.
He's not beating Tank. Man. I know that's your guy.
Special.
That's your guy. That's cool. That's cool for you to believe. That's cool. We'll take that, Jimmy, from you. We'll take that. But nobody else can get that. Nobody else ain't talking about no Cobra beating no Tank. That's your
Don't be
man.
sleeping on Cobra. Cobra gonna surprise everybody
I'm
one
telling
day.
you, he's getting.
You got Cobra versus Tank too?
I don't got Cobra over Tank. I'm just saying,
Oh,
don't sleep on him. He might just
I
pull
ain't
it off.
sleeping on him. He can't beat Tank or Shakur, and I've been seeing
Oh, he
that.
beats
That's the
Shakur.
common.
Definitely beats
That's it.
Shakur.
Nah, none of them
Can't
beating
beat Tank
Shakur.
or
I'm gonna
Shakur,
put that. I'm gonna
and
be
that's
honest.
the
None of them will
common
beat
thing that you
Shakur.
guys be talking on here. He can't beat Tank or Shakur. I don't know what you guys talking about. Cobra can't beat those guys.
You must know something I don't know.
Yeah, Shakur could box. That's what I know. You
Cobra
don't
can
know
box
that.
too.
And fucking Cobra.
Who do you
What?
think?
So can Cobra. Cobra boxes.
Not better
He
than
only just
Shakur.
started knocking guys out.
Not better than Shakur.
Bro,
All right, do y'all
Cobra
think,
was going to go to the Olympic team just like him. He decided to go pro instead.
do y'all think Tank can win a belt at 140?
Nope.
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
Unless
Nope.
Taylor vacates,
I
maybe.
think
Against who?
he can win a vacant
Who's he gonna
belt.
win it against?
Taylor
Who's
vacates
going to win it?
he can
I
beat.
think he can win the belt at 140.
Against
You
who?
don't think you're not the type of guy who thinks he's going to knock out Taylor, right? Please
Right.
tell me.
I think he has a chance to knock out Taylor and
Oh my
and
God.
Progress. But
Oh my God, bro!
no, I'm
What
not
you
saying.
just
I'm not
said
saying.
demolishes what I said about
Can I
Cobra,
talk?
bro. Stop.
Can I talk? Can I
Oh
talk?
my
Hey,
God!
can I talk, Jimmy?
Wow.
Yeah,
Can I talk?
let me
So
see.
I can beat up Mike
I
Tyson, bro. That's what
can I
basically
talk, Jimmy?
the level of what
Golly,
you just
can
said.
I talk? Can I say
You could
something?
talk. You
All
could
right.
talk. Can you stop saying crazy shit?
Right. You just said Chris Cobra could beat Tank and Shakur.
You just said
That's not
Tank could
crazy.
beat Josh
crazy.
Taylor.
That's not crazy.
It is
That's
crazy.
not crazy.
Let me
That's not crazy.
hear why he
Yeah,
think.
it is.
I'll say
That's
this though,
not
Jimmy.
crazy. Chris
I'll say
Cobra's
this.
a better
Let me
boxer
say
than
this.
Tank.
Let me say this.
He's
I
a
think
better
that.
boxer than Tank.
Let me
The
say
only
this
thing
real
that
quick.
Tank has on
Jimmy.
Cobra is size. That's it.
All
And power.
right, Jimmy. All right, my bad, Jimmy. Let me say this. So I think that he could beat Taylor, and I think he could beat. I think he could beat the guys at 140. I'm not saying that's gonna be easy. I'm not saying he just gets in there and knocks them out. I'm not saying that he's just gonna demolish them. But I think Tank has a chance to beat those guys. I think he do. I honestly do. I think he has a chance to beat those guys. I think he can win the belt from those guys.
We're never gonna see it because Mayweather already said if you're not on the PBC banner, Tank ain't fighting you.
I agree with. Now I agree with that. I don't think that you're wrong with that. I don't think that you're wrong with that. But I think Tank definitely has a chance. I think he definitely has a chance at beating those guys. It's not like Taylor is just light years better than Tank. It's not like that.
Well, Tank not beating Progress. I'm gonna just put that out there right
now.
now.
Progress isn't just leaps and bounds better than Tank either. That's what I'm saying. Like they're
Never
not.
said he was, but size matters to a point.
Okay, I agree with that. I'll take that. I'm not saying that's gonna be easy, but the thing is, I think Tank could beat them. If they were going in the fight, I would favor Tank.
Do you? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think Tank relies on his power too much? If he meets a boxer that can take his power, is he in trouble?
I think so.
A top level boxer, a guy who you consider a top level boxer. If he meets him and the guy can take his power, is it a problem?
I think so. I think we've seen that. I think we've seen a little bit of that last night. Honestly, I think Tank was frustrated at times that he wasn't getting Barrios out of there faster than what he wanted to, and the knockout wasn't as vicious as he wanted it to be a lot earlier. So I think we've seen some of that last night. I think he's gonna have that problem at 140. As long as he don't go past 140, as long as that guy don't go past 140, I'm a Tank fan, man.
I don't think stay at 140. I think you should go down to 135. And in the
no. I said long as you don't go
up
past.
to 140.
Long as you don't go past.
That's a ceiling. I agree.
Yeah, I don't think he should go up that 47 messing around. No catch weights. No Adrian Broner stuff.
Yo, who was it on Twitter that said Tank would go up and stop Ugas? Who said that on Twitter? Somebody said that today.
What?
I didn't.
I think it was Dripper that said that. He said Tank might go up there and stop Ugas.
Well, I mean,
oh my God.
He don't like me. We had the whole Wilder fight conversation. He don't like me. We were cool because I like Spence, but then after the whole Wilder shit, like he started talking about loaded gloves and shit, we went the same fight I had with you. Me and him had that argument.
Who?
And this dude Dripper, he's LDBC hardcore though. Like I mean, like they'll both tell you he's wild, like with his takes. Like he makes your takes look wonderful. Like even your most outrageous takes. He makes
that's because my takes
are.
That's because my takes are wonderful, Jimmy.
Some of them are. I don't disagree with you across the board. You know your shit.
Jimmy, I think you just like to argue and overtalk people, Jimmy. That's the
I like to
problem that a
argue
lot
with
of
you.
people have with you.
There's certain people I like to argue with. You
Who do
never
you
see me argue with Sibbie.
Oh, you already said
I've never
it.
seen nobody argue with Sibbie.
I don't argue.
Actually, no, one time.
That don't count.
Yeah.
About to say.
So I mean, but I
He
think
still
I
won't.
think-
He still won't fly out. I offered to pay for his plane ticket and everything. He still won't fly out.
Who?
Jack.
Oh, Jack's a bitch. Don't even get me started with Jack.
Bro.
Jack's
says,
a
"Oh,
liar.
you're 130.
Yogi
I'm 165.
said
All right,
that
we'll still
he
get
tried
you
to
out."
go to the gym, and he was in Indiana, and he tried to get him to come to the gym. And that whole shit he said about training under Lamont Brewster, like none of them, all of them in Indiana say he's full of shit. So.
Oh, I got a video of him getting beat up by Yogi's cousin. I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna send that to the group
You
chat.
gotta put in the chat. Put in
what's
the
the next
chat.
question, Sebi?
What you think of Lubin fight?
I thought it
Did
was
you watch?
good. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I thought it was a great win for him. But that him getting wobble is gonna linger over his performance. Obviously, everybody that's gonna face him next, they're gonna be looking at that. They're gonna hold that over his head. Especially with him being dropped, drastically and knocked out the way he was in the Charlo fight. So he'll probably start to get that glass chin type of thing, comments and stuff like that. And a lot of people he's fight is gonna use that as motivation. Say, if I touch him, I can hurt him. If I get him,
Who you want to see him fight next?
Tony.
See?
I think you should try to line him up as close to Charlo as possible. If I'm promoting him or managing him, line him up as close to Charlo as possible. Just because who does Charlo fight next? Charlo's not going to get that Teixeira fight. He's not going to get that Teixeira fight. So who does he
Why would
fight?
he need that fight?
Yeah,
No, I mean for the belt. For the
belt. Fight Hurd.
Teixeira don't got no belt.
Yeah, Castaño.
He lost the belt.
Charlo about to fight.
No, it don't matter. I'm saying just for money, for promotion wise.
Who has the last belt?
Hold on. Charlo's fighting for the undisputed title next against Brian Castano. Brian Castano just beat the daylights out of Teixeira like a couple months ago.
Oh man, I missed that. Dang, I was asleep.
Yeah, Charlo's fighting for the they fight in July 17th.
Oh, so he is fighting for undisputed.
Charlo cleaned out that.
Okay,
the only one left to fight was Hurd, but Hurd's at 160.
Hurd's coming back to 54, he says. But
then that's the only fight to make left because Charlo.
But Hurd just lost his last fight, so
the biggest problem.
But Hurd might need to cash out.
You know how with Wilder and Tank, we say they always end the fight because they can knock you out at any second. Lubin is always hard to call because he can get knocked out at any second. So it's always hard to call Lubin.
Stop, bro. Don't do that, bro.
Oh, man. I don't mean to make that sound as bad as it did, but I wasn't even 100% on this fight because of that.
He was looking pretty damn good until he got hurt.
Yeah, it was. But I'm
not comparing them as fighters, but like as how their careers went. Well, no, not even that, not even accomplishments. But you remember how Zab Judah would go into fights and you weren't sure what Zab Judah you were going to get?
Yeah.
That's the kind of confidence I have in Lubin.
Damn. I mean, but Lubin hasn't really looked bad.
No, I'm not comparing them like fighters at all or accomplishments, nothing. But the confidence I had going into fights, you just don't know who you're going to get.
Yeah. No,
I don't know what you're talking about. I think Lubin's been pretty consistent and up to this point
against top level guys.
Yeah, he got hit with a 1 in a million time shot, dog.
You've seen what it did to his legs.
But what I'm saying is that
once last night, and I was like, oh shit, here we go.
I mean, I'm saying what I'm saying about that fight is like an anomaly. It's like a phenomenon. It's something that you can't really use. In my opinion, it's something that you can't really use to match up how he consistently performs because it's just like that thing was like so miraculous. It was just like so out of the ordinary.
Charlo set that up perfectly.
If he fights Charlo again, what's your prediction?
If he fights Charlo again, I think he'll beat Charlo.
Really?
Oh, that's a bold take.
I'm gonna hold you to that one.
I thought he was gonna beat Charlo at first, but we didn't get the chance to see that because Charlo hurt him. But if he could not get hurt, if he could not get hurt in the Charlo fight, if he could not get stopped, and I'm gonna say stopped in the Charlo fight, I think he could edge out the win.
I didn't think he was going to in the first fight, but I thought he would lose a 8-4 type of fight because I was high on Lubin, real high on him at that point. But yeah, I definitely don't pick him.
I see him getting knocked out again.
That's fair.
Because I rate Lubin, but I just think that Charlo is. That we haven't even seen.
Would you like to hear my prediction? Hold on, let me tell you exactly. If Charlo and Lubin fight again, it's one thing. It's one thing with Tony and Charlo. Well, Charlo just hurt Tony, but Tony was able to survive, right? It's one thing if Charlo knows he can get to you and just put you to sleep. That he's not going to show Lubin no respect. Lubin is not going to. I don't think Lubin's going to be able to get Charlo off of him. I don't think he'll be able to. He might grab Charlo's attention, but Charlo got a good chin. Think about it. Charlo's a southpaw killer. Them rounds with Spence, them sparring sessions with Spence. Come on now, Spence is like Lubin times 70. Lubin cannot beat Charlo. I don't care what timeline it is. Lubin is not beating Charlo. Charlo will have to have 2 gunshot wounds right to his face for Lubin to beat him. No, Charlo is not losing to Lubin. Not in this life. Not in the next life. Probably not in the life, 6 lives after that. Lubin is not beating Charlo. Lubin is a good fighter. Lubin might be able to beat the other dudes in the division. I'd love to see Lubin and J-Rock. That I feel like stylistic. Hold on, I'm not done. I think Lubin and J-Rock is stylistically a great fight, but Lubin is not beating Charlo. He can go get his redemption back, but he's gonna get knocked out again. He's not beating Charlo. Now, Lubin and Hurd, I think Lubin stops Hurd, actually.
Well, yeah, but Hurd's washed now. We've seen that shit.
Not even that. I even thought before that Lubin would always beat Hurd because that's target practice for Lubin. And Lubin does got some hammers. Lubin can crack. I think that's just target practice. And he just either styles on Hurd or he might force a late stoppage.
Tony Harrison or Hurd. That's the fight for Lubin. Tony Harrison or Hurd.
J-Rock or Harrison. Hurd is irrelevant.
But like
I don't think J-Rock is the fight if he just stopped Rosario.
Hurd needs to go see Rosario. That's who he need to go fight to get his confidence back. Hurd and Rosario. That's who he need to go see to get his confidence back. Okay. Or he could rematch Arias. He need to go get that look back. I can't believe he lost to Arias. I can't believe I seen that. I thought I was dreaming
that because he ends his career and not even get paid for it. He might as well. If I'm a Hurd man, if I know I'm gonna retire anyway, I might just try to like go Charlo into a fight and cash out.
Shit, if I'm Hurd, I'll fight Danny Garcia.
I think Hurd's washed, bro.
Yeah, I think
I'll fight Danny
going
Garcia.
to 54.
Man, disappointing.
Yeah, Danny's at 54 now.
Yeah, I think Tank gonna respond to Regis, so he's not gonna mention that at all.
Nope.
No, I don't think he wants any part of that. And I don't think Leonard Ellaby wants any part of that because Regis has no hardware. The only thing Regis provides is an in-house money. It's not. I don't even know if it's a money fight because Regis has no belt. The only way that they fight is if Taylor vacates the belts and they fight for a vacant. That's the only way.
That fight,
they could do that fight. They could possibly do that fight in New Orleans.
The build-up would be good because Regis gonna talk his shit and Tank not wrong.
Hey, look, if they could try to sell that out at like a Superdome in New Orleans.
What y'all think about Tank? What y'all think about Tank saying how he was nervous? He was so nervous leading up to the fight. He was worried about his power or his.
Mike Tyson used to say it all the time.
Every fighter gets nervous. I don't care who you are. Every fighter is nervous.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, what do you think about him saying that?
I think
nothing wrong with being honest.
Because he said, he said he was nervous if he would hurt him. He was like, him being big, I was nervous he was gonna hurt me. But I think if you see how the fight played out, you can see where it wore off. Was okay. I feel his power. It ain't shit nervous about.
Honestly, I think people make too much out of it. I'm not like saying you making too much out of it, but I think people in general make too much out of like a fighter being honest. Like me, if I get my ass beaten sparring, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I got my ass beaten sparring.
No, I ain't.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just straight up say it. If I tell you,
so you don't want to give away too much to your opponent. But
no, I'm not talking about my opponent. I'm just talking about like, you know, gym
talk. That's why you don't talk about sparring. That's why people say that sparring stays in the gym.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, gym talk. I'll be like, yeah, he beat me up in sparring. Like, you know what I mean? He got better than me in sparring. Like, I think like people make too much of fighters being like honest. you know what I mean? Like with people saying Tyson, like you know how you brought up how Tyson was nervous before his fights. I mean, think about this.
and
Every
he
time
said
you
it.
go in there, there's a chance you're gonna die in that ring. So them nerves is always gonna be there.
I
Whether
think
you
it's good to keep you on your toes.
I got a
exactly.
good question. I got a good question for y'all, especially you, Jimmy. So with Loma and Tank, both of them get that win. Is either of them or both of them on your pound for pound list now? If so, where?
Oh, I don't have Tank on my pound list yet. He won a Reggie belt. He needs to go and fight a champion. I don't
Yep.
care who it has to be a champion.
What about
Then
Loma?
we can pound for pound.
What
Because
about Loma?
he's beating Reggie champions. He's beating guys that I expect him to beat. I told you if he fights Prograis and he beats Prograis, he fucking skyrockets up my pound for pound list because he's doing pound for pound things. Regis is like the only non-champion. He fights him, yo, he shoots up that list.
That's
Especially
because
what Regis
Prograis
did
is
with
a
Josh
real
Taylor.
deal. He's a dog, bro. Regis Prograis is a dog at 140.
right. If he
He
takes
fucking
that fight,
life and death with Taylor.
so do you got Loma on your list?
What? I have Loma like on the back end of the list, like around like 7, 8.
What about you, Hitman?
Tank nowhere near my top 10. Nowhere near. Not even close. I
He's
don't
close,
even.
but you know,
He might be.
top 50.
If I would have him in my top team, he'd be at the top 50. In my top 15, he'd be in the bottom of the top 15. Just because like a Reggie belt, like Jimmy said, a Reggie belt don't do nothing for me. Just like Canelo going up to beat up on whatever that dude's name was. It doesn't matter what his name was. Just like that was like a filler fight for me. That's like a filler episode on a TV show. You know what I mean? It means nothing. But him going up and beating up Callum Smith means something. So Tank, no. Loma, if I do have him in my top 10, he's like Jimmy said, back end because yesterday was his first night doing something, and the landscape of boxing has changed so
It was
much.
a good win, but he has to beat Lopez in the rematch to get back in that top 5. He has to beat Lopez.
Just like the way I dropped Crawford from the top 3, top 5. Like the way I dropped Crawford.
This is what I'll say about I'm not real big on pound for pound type of thing because I think it's just so hard to like really draw.
I'm saying I agree with you.
That's why
it's a subjective list. Yeah, I agree. It's really subjective. So, this is what I'll say. I do see an inconsistency with what you guys just said. You guys said Tank isn't on your pound for pound because he has a regular belt, and Lomachenko is, but he has no belts,
But
he has 2 losses.
Because Lomachenko was a unified champion.
He has no belt.
Unified champion.
He was a unified champion though. That doesn't. Lomachenko was top 2, top 3 for how long?
Why is it that you Tank fans don't have any context? There's no context.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
Hold on, wait, Jimmy, hold on. Let me ask
you
you a
question.
question.
Guy at 135. He is so small. Like he is like Carl Frampton small, and he's fighting at 135. He should be fighting at 130, 126.
It's inconsistent.
Let me ask you a question.
About? He beat Toledo.
Let's make this make sense.
Y'all being inconsistent.
Like 8 times.
Hold on. Wait, Jimmy. Wait, let me ask him this question real quick.
The only guy who dominated him was Lopez. And that wasn't even dominated.
Jimmy. Wait, let me ask him this question, right? Because this inconsistent. All right. You mean to tell me Lomachenko is going to unify what? 126, 130, 135, gets 1 loss. Now he shouldn't even be nowhere near a pound for pound list. But Tank wins. The last time Tank held a legitimate title, a legitimate WBA title, was 2018. But Tank should be on the pound for pound list. I
didn't make the rule. You guys made the rule. You said he didn't. You said it as well. You piggybacked with Jimmy. Let me finish talking. Jimmy.
Context.
Let me finish talking.
Already had the belt. He won belt.
Okay, but Loma has a whole body of work right behind him, and there's just that 1 loss.
Can't talk. So again, you guys made the stipulation, not me. You guys said he has a regular. Can I finish?
You took it out of context.
Can I finish?
What's up?
You did finish.
I don't care.
We context. I'm correcting you. Did not say that. You did not say that. You took it out of context.
You established the context. You said he doesn't have a belt.
You obviously took it out of context because you have no
You established the context. You said he doesn't have a belt. You said that. I didn't say that.
But he didn't lose a belt. He never won a belt.
Listen, you said he has I'm sorry, you said he has a regular belt. So you brought belts in.
Yeah.
Loma has no belt.
He never won. He never unified at a top fucking.
Okay, but you didn't say that. You You never
Bro,
said
it
that.
doesn't.
That's what matters.
You don't gotta say that. It's common
Listen,
Those without being
sense.
said.
listen.
It
I'm
goes
pointing out.
without. That's why I don't like talking to this fool, bro. Fuck, man. For a guy who
I don't like
coaches
talking to
boxing,
you either
don't
because I
understand
don't get to
context.
talk. You
Because
just
you don't
yell over
understand
people.
boxing.
You don't talk. You just yell
You
over
like
people.
who you like, and that's it.
You yell over people. You don't talk.
Because you don't. You're taking it out of context. I'm correcting you.
Can you let me finish what I'm saying, man?
All right, let him finish what he's saying. I want to hear what you got to say.
Golly.
What's he gonna say?
Can you let me finish what I'm saying? Okay, you're the one that mentioned he had a regular belt,
It doesn't matter what you were
and
saying.
he's not in your top. And he's not in your top 10. But Lomachenko has no belts, so I was just pointing out an inconsistency. That's exactly what I said. I didn't say that y'all.
Not an inconsistency though. It's
That
very
is inconsistent.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It is inconsistent.
Context.
Bro,
Learn
hold on.
English. Are you fucking stupid or something? Come
Are
on.
you fucking stupid?
Come
Are
on.
you fucking stupid?
Nah,
You're
I think you are,
stupid,
bro.
bro.
This is
But
the-
How
listen,
many
This
belts
is the,
does
this
Loma
is
have
the
before
problem.
he lost
This is
them?
the
To
problem
one
with Jimmy.
person.
This is the
How
problem.
many belts?
This
No,
is
no,
the
tell me.
problem
We're
with
gonna
Jimmy.
simple math, bro.
When
I know
Jimmy's
you got
talking
through it. You got
boxing,
through it. I know
everything's
you got
fine.
through it. You
But
got
when
through
Jimmy
elementary
wants to
school, right?
start being
Math,
disrespectful,
basic math.
things start
How
going to a
many
different
belts
place.
did Loma have
Jimmy,
before
this
he
is your
lost to
problem.
Lopez?
Jimmy,
How many belts?
this is your
Answer
problem.
my question. Answer
Jimmy,
the question. How many belts did he have?
Jimmy,
How many
Jimmy,
belts?
this is your
3
problem.
belts. He unified
Jimmy,
3
this
belts.
is your problem.
3
Jimmy,
different people.
this is
I
your
know.
problem.
I know it's hard for you. It's hard for you.
This is your problem,
You
Jimmy.
fucking hate Lomachenko,
Instead of talking boxing, you become disrespectful.
Jimmy
Jimmy.
told me all about you,
You
bro.
have to
I know
stop
about
being
you.
disrespectful, Jimmy.
Now, I'm
You have
not
to
being
stop.
disrespectful. We
You have
know
to stop
about you. I
being
know what your whole
disrespectful.
thing is.
You have to
I
stop
know
being.
what your whole thing is,
You
bro.
have to
I know
stop
what
being
your whole thing is.
disrespectful, Jimmy.
Who's being disrespectful? You're
You.
taking things out of context. And you're telling me
You
I said
said, "Do
something.
you fucking
You're taking it
understand
out of
English?"
context.
This fool. Who are you talking to?
It's
it don't sound like
context.
you really do.
I'm talking to you.
Who are you talking to,
Fucking
bro?
Kevin
Come
Hart,
on, bro.
motherfucker.
I'm talking to you.
Stop making. You gotta stop doing this stuff for
I
the
talk
social
like
media.
this, bro. This is me. This
Yeah,
ain't fake.
you would
This
never
ain't,
talk to me
I
like
would
that
say
in
it to
my
your
face.
face. I
You
would
would
say it
never
to you.
talk to me like that.
I
I
would say
highly
it
doubt
to you.
it.
I would talk to
Highly
you
doubt
all
it.
day like this.
I highly doubt it. I don't
You
believe
don't
it.
highly doubt it. I
I
don't like this
highly
to
doubt it.
everybody.
I don't believe it.
I talk like
Trust
this
me,
to
he'll
everybody. This
say
is how I
right to
I
talk.
your
don't believe
face.
it.
Bring back the
When we
box.
I
talk,
don't believe it.
debate boxing, this is
I
how I
don't
talk.
believe it.
Well, that's for you not to
I
believe. I
don't
don't really
believe
care.
you.
I'm a man.
I
I'm
don't
probably
believe
never
you.
going to meet you in my life.
I don't
Unfortunately.
believe you.
Bring
Good, then don't believe me.
back the
I
box.
don't
I don't
believe
really
you.
care. Who are you?
I don't believe you.
Who are you? You're an amateur
Who
boxing
are
ref.
you?
Oh my God. Who are
Who
you?
are you?
What's up?
I'm the
What's
guy
up?
who fucking has this show. Who are
What's
you?
up?
You're a
Who are
guest.
you?
You're a
What's up?
guest.
Who do
Who
you
are
who do you
you?
think the rematch? Loma
Who
or
are
Loma?
you? I'm Jimmy fucking D. That's who the fuck.
Yeah?
Yeah, who are you? Kevin Hart. His fucking stunt double. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Kevin Hart stunt double.
You gotta stop this, man. This acting that you guys do over line.
I
This
call
acting
him
that you
Kevin
guys do
Hart.
over line.
Stop it, bro. Because you come on here to antagonize people. You come on here to
How am
antagonize
I
people.
coming on here to
That's what we're
antagonize
talking about.
anybody, dude?
You know boxing. You're not
You're
fucking
ridiculous.
retarded. I know you know boxing. And you're just
You're
trying to get under my
yo,
skin. And
you're
then when I give you a
disrespectful.
reaction, you get
You're
mad. You say I'm
disrespectful.
disrespectful. Oh, shut up.
You're disrespectful.
No one's disrespectful. You're disrespectful.
You're disrespectful.
Box.
You're
Listen to all the
disrespectful.
comments that you said to me.
You're disrespectful.
That's what you
You're
got to point out is
disrespectful.
that you're being
You
disrespectful.
come on here and
You would never
antagonize.
talk to me like this
You
in
do
my
it on
face.
purpose. You do
You
it
would
on
never
purpose.
talk to
If
me
you
like
get a
this in my
reaction,
face.
you get sad. You get your
You-
balls are hurting. I don't
You
know.
would never
Ain't my
talk.
fault.
I'm not hurt. I'm just stating the fact. You would
You're
never
not
talk to me
stating
like this
facts,
in my
though.
face.
You're not stating the facts, though.
You would
have
never talk to
context.
me like this in my face.
Context. There's pretext to everything. All
You're
right?
the one that said what you said. You would never talk to me like this in my face.
I would talk to you like this in your face. We
Because
would
it
probably go
wouldn't
hands.
be a talk.
It wouldn't, bro. You would try to swing it. I would put you right to the floor.
Your fact.
That's what would happen. I wouldn't box you. I'm hitting you with a fucking hammer, bro. I'm 35 years old. If I have to get to violence, bro, we're not fighting. It's past
Hey,
that.
I love when he details how violent he is. Right?
I'm not violent. I'm a very fucking peaceful person.
You just said he's
But
violent.
if it got to the point where I had to be violent, where I felt the need to be violent,
just said it.
I've been violent in 6 years.
I love when white men show how violent they are.
Now it's over.
I love
there
it.
it is. I was
I
waiting
love
for
it. I love it. Come on, show it. Oh, I'm so scared.
That's why you don't like Loma. Sib, what'd you say about him?
I love it.
Ever root for a white guy over a black guy? Ever.
How violent are you, white man?
There you go.
Here you go with the racist
I was
shit.
waiting for it,
Loma
bro.
versus Lopez.
I told you I could get it out of him, Sib.
Show us how violent the white men all across the world.
I told you it would come out. He
How
got
violent
that.
are you?
Yeah.
was white people. You don't
How
see him
violent
talking
are
to
you?
Hitman like that.
How violent
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
What? I'm a
Loma versus
peaceful man.
Lopez. When's
Oh,
the
you're
rematch?
peaceful now.
I ain't
Thank you.
peaceful.
Lopez.
Okay, let's
If
move
you get
on. He's
violent with me,
He's
then I
being
get violent.
peaceful. He's gonna be respectful and peaceful. Let's move on now.
All right, yeah. Loma versus
Thank
Lopez.
Respectful.
You said what? Loma versus Lopez?
Yeah, who wins the rematch?
I think Lopez still wins the rematch.
You think he stops him this time?
No, I no. I think Lopez wins the rematch though.
What you think, Hitman?
Lopez. I think he might be able to stop him. He might if he can get Loma to open up a little bit more.
I think Loma gonna start early, unlike he did last time.
Oh,
He
that's
not
a
gonna go for
fact.
that first 6 fucking rounds.
It'll probably be a war. It'll probably be a war, man.
Like I said, it's
Loma made
Triple
him
G
feel it.
Canelo Part 2 all
Loma
over
hurt
again
him at
with
the
that
end of
fight.
the last fight.
You said what, Jimmy?
Loma hurt him at the end of the last fight. He had him hurt in the end of the fight. So, you know what? You never know what Loma could do. I say it's a 50-50 fight. It depends. If Loma could keep Lopez off of him and not fight on his back foot so much, or if he finds like a way to fight on his back foot effectively, then Loma could win a decision. But honestly, I think Bob Arum wants Loma to win anyway because he's easier to deal with. He can't control Teofimo Lopez, and that's a problem for Bob Arum.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
You guys agree on something.
Speaking of Chris Colbert, your boy fight this week too. I just thought of that.
Yeah, he fought King Tug. He took a fucking tough replacement. I'm surprised he took it.
I think the fight of that card is gonna be that Darwin Price versus Hitchens.
Hitchens, gotta watch it. Hitchens is definitely coming up.
Hitchens gonna beat him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Underrated.
I think that's gonna be the fight of the night, at least.
What weight is Hitchens at?
40.
You better stay away from Subriel Matias.
Darwin definitely got to
Look at
show
who
something.
Subriel Matias lost to.
All right, good night.
Subriel Matias. Now, Subriel Matias would probably stop Hitchens.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so. I don't think he can box good enough.
Yeah, but that dude, I don't know. Subriel Matias is a
Go watch
beast.
the fight that he lost and look who he lost to. It doesn't take much to outbox him.
Yeah, but can he keep him off him, though?
I think so.
We have to see.
Hold on. Let me find this guy's fucking name. I forgot his name. I was looking at this shit earlier. The dude that he lost to. I don't even remember the guy. I didn't even know who this fucking guy was. Petros Adanyan. He was 14-2-2 when he fought, and he beat him by a UD. And he was coming off a loss.
Who is this?
The guy who beat the guy he's talking about, Petros Adanyan. He was coming off a loss, and he won a decision against Matias. So
but you know what still got me crying?
What's that?
When somebody asked who would win, Zepeda, Prograis, and Ron was like, Zepeda comfortably. That shit had me crying. He hates Regis. I've never seen nobody hate Regis like the way he do.
If Tank at 40, I want to see that Regis fight. If
Bro,
he
I want to see him versus Taylor too. I want to see
take
that
fight.
If
I want to see Tank keep winning, I don't want to see him take that fight. If Tank wins that fight, Tank's a straight dog. And I'll probably never bet against him again in my life.
If Tank beats Prograis, I will give him his due and he will shoot up my fucking pound-for-pound list.
Besides
without a belt?
I think besides
Prograis went
based off of who he just beat, the strength of beating Prograis.
On some people's cards, he did. So there's exceptions to the rule, but very few. There's very, very few exceptions to that rule. But Prograis is a fucking dog. And the only loss he has is the undisputed champion of the world who just demolished Ramirez. And Prograis.
What would Tank do to Ramirez?
What?
What do you think Tank would do to Ramirez?
I think he'd knock him out. I think he might knock him out because, especially coming off the loss. Maybe if Ramirez but Ramirez is going up already. We already know that because he can't make 140 anymore. Not comfortably.
Hey, T.Y., you was gone for a little bit. How you think Tank does at 140?
To be honest,
I don't even think I heard you say anything. What you think about the fight last night? I ain't hear you say nothing about Tank.
No, Tank did what he's supposed to do. But what I'm saying is, I think of some shit like this. Only person I would pick to beat Tank at 140 is Josh Taylor.
You think he beats
I
Regis?
think he beat the shot Regis.
What?
Who Regis beat?
Regis damn near beat Josh Taylor.
No. Who Regis beat? Tell me who he beat.
Say dude name? Bar Shannon?
Barsnick and who else?
Who was Tank beat at 140?
No. Not at one. I'm talking his whole career. He's 32. Who he beat? Just give me a couple names.
Hold on,
Who he beat?
no, time out. Because I
Beat
like
Cat.
to do this. If you're gonna go by that, look at both their names on both their best. Who is the best him on Tank whole resume?
There's nobody. Listen. There's nobody on Regis' resume that's on Leo Santa Cruz level. Leo Santa Cruz is like a 5 division champion. Regis don't got that.
Somebody want to have to move up to fight Tank?
Leo Santa Cruz. Leo. I don't care. I'm talking about this name, Sibbie. Who he beat? Give me a name, Sibbie.
I just did.
You gave me one name. He's 32. He got 30 fights. He beat one guy.
Give me somebody on Tank resume.
I'm getting contenders. Pedraza contender. Fucking the Keith for last night contender.
Oh no, I got to be like you. What has Pedraza done since the Tank fight?
No, I don't do that. No, this is what I'm
Pedraza
saying.
was a champion, wasn't he?
Exactly. Hey, listen, bro. All I'm asking,
I'm doing what Ty does. Pedraza.
No. Listen, I'm not saying Tank got fucking Manny Pacquiao resume. I'm just trying to point out that Regis ain't got no resume.
I just don't see what you see to
listen,
make him.
Hitman. Listen, what Hitman said. Hitman said,
"Shit out of Regis."
Hey, listen. Look, Hitman said, "Who has Boo Boo beat, right?" And we can name, let's say, a Willie Nelson, an average guy. Give me some guys that Regis beat, some old washed up guys. Who he beat?
He beat Baranchik. Who did he win the IBF off of? He won the IBF, right?
No, he won the WBA.
He won the WBA and he had the WBC too, right?
No. Ramirez had WBC.
Oh, he had the WBC Diamond. So, wait. So, hold on. When him and Josh Taylor fought, Josh Taylor had what belts?
Josh Taylor had the IBF and the IBF.
So what did
Regis had the WBA?
Yeah, because you got the Ramirez.
All right.
Look, Ramirez beat Hooker for the WBO.
Well, Regis, he beat everybody else except Josh Taylor in the WBS.
Who everybody
finals,
else? Name these people he beat. What's their names?
I don't remember their names. I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
Okay, that's my point.
All right, but you got to go for a more reliable source than me on that.
No, Hitman. You know, I'm not saying like, here we go. We talk, like I said, we talk shit about, like we say, talk shit about Charlo's resume, right? I said he beat Chingo, and he beat Devin, he beat Chingo, and he beat Top Guy, he beat J-Rock. But then what the Hitman said T.Y., he beat Trout, a name, a veteran. He beat Gabe. Give me them guys that give me a washed up guy. That was the other
Charlo that beat
Gabe. I'm gonna say give me a washed up guy that give me a washed up name that Regis beat. Give me a washed up name.
I just want to know
why.
Ndongo.
Okay, there we go. He beat Ndongo. See, that's all I want to know. Give me a name.
And you know who else beat Ndongo?
Yeah, that man from Nebraska that had 4 belts. That Charlo would never have 4 belts in his life.
Hey,
Jamel's about to have his 4th belt. So.
No, I'm talking about Big Charlo.
Why
we gonna have 4 belts.
Hey, you're not saying which Charlo. You only say Charlo.
You disrespectful. You compare them boys to Bud. They ain't on Bud level. What are you talking about?
Jamel knocked Bud out.
They said the small one to beat Bud.
He probably would. He down there middleweight. Bud started at 135. He might knock him out. Charlo one of the best fighters in the world. They ain't knock against Bud.
T.Y. Why you think Tank beat?
That's a knock. They not. No, I just think Tank aggressive. They like the same size, same aggressiveness. I think Tank been in bigger fights, so he got the experience, and he's a younger fighter.
Wait, that's why you think Tank will beat Regis?
He's a younger fighter. They both ferocious.
I don't think you saying he beat him is bad. It's just you said he beat the shit out of him like it's easy.
Okay, I think he beat him. I think he beat him comfortably.
Okay. I don't agree, but I don't think that's a bad take.
Oh, okay, beat the shit out of him is like knock him out early. No, I'm not saying that. I think he beat him 8-4 with a knockdown or 2.
I don't know, because Regis is a lot bigger than Tank.
Not a lot bigger.
Regis is a lot bigger. Tank's only like 5'5".
And how tall is Regis? 5'7"? That ain't a lot.
Regis is about 5'8".
Oh, come, ain't no fucking 5'8".
Regis is about 5'8".
How you 5'8"? Fucking Keith Thurman 5. You talking Regis same size as Keith Thurman and Bud Crawford? Keith
Hey,
Thurman
that's why-
5'8".
How tall is Josh Taylor?
Like 5'8", 5'9". Regis is a midget.
Josh
Hey,
Taylor look tall as shit.
I say about Taylor or Regis, they make themselves hittable, man. Fucking with Tank, they gonna lose. And Regis fight if he fights like how he fought Taylor, he gonna get chance. He gonna take a lot of chances to knock him out.
I do.
Hurt him real bad.
I just think with the Taylor fight, I think that'll be like on some real shit. Like I'm giving like Mike Garcia. Mike Garcia one of the most talented fighters in the world, and he won 2 weight cuts to fight one of the best fighters in the world, Earl Spence. It was just dimensions.
People didn't
I
stop.
just think.
Mike can't go up 2 weight class. He went up 1 because he was at
But
140.
all right, you know what I meant though. All I'm saying is like
Technically, Tank did too. I mean,
all
he's having
I'm saying
competed
is
at
Sibbie,
35.
I just think Tank is in the top class. Taylor in the top class. I think Taylor is a natural guy at 140. And it'd be too much for Tank. That's not against Tank. Josh Taylor one of the top 10 fighters in the motherfucking world.
And you got to think about it. Josh Taylor about to move up to 147 too.
I don't know about that one.
Josh Taylor
I think he
would
gonna
be
move
a
up to
lot
47.
smarter fighting Tank.
Exactly. I agree with you.
While Regis is going to try to get in there and dog.
And listen, and think about this, right, homie? Am I lying? That shit gonna be like in Atlanta, New Orleans, somewhere. We just gonna be hyped the fuck up with the crowd. and it can go right against it because they didn't see Tank, my nigga. You black, but they ain't didn't see you.
But you got to think about it though.
So,
Tank ain't never fought no dude that's going to try to dog him.
But Regis that building that stage when the motherfucker gonna hit him back.
Yeah, he gonna get hit a lot messing with Tank with that style. He gonna get hit a lot.
Wait,
now he may hurt
Regis
Tank.
Never what?
Regis that building that big stage. Besides Josh Taylor.
I was about to
That's
say.
still a big stage though. That's a real big stage.
No,
With the stakes of that fight.
No. I said besides Josh Taylor, he ain't really been in like big stage fights, headlining fights.
Yeah, but when you think about it, Regis is who would Tank's Josh Taylor be? Who's Tank's Josh Taylor?
What you mean?
Like Regis got Josh Taylor. Who would Tank's Josh Taylor be? Like from his resume.
He don't have he haven't fought a Josh Taylor, but he has better names than Tank got. We got better names than Regis got. You gave me Undango and you gave me Barrios to get.
All right, but still, you still got to count Josh Taylor as his name. As one of
It's
the
a
names
loss.
he got.
You can't count a loss. You don't count losses, Sean Porter. We don't count losses.
Well, you can't.
Yeah, you can. What are you talking
We don't
about?
count
Whenever
losses.
you
No, we
talk
don't.
about Sean Porter, you bring up his resume.
Because he a lovable loser. Y'all lovable losers. You lost. What Andre? One thing, Sibbie. What Andre Ward said, you lost.
T.Y.
Okay, he lost, but he still got Josh Taylor on the resume.
What Andre Ward said.
If that fight happened in the U.S., there's look. If Josh Taylor and Regis happened in the U.S., who do you think would have won that? Who do you think the judges would? No, be honest. Be honest. No, just be honest. If that fight happened in the U.S.,
I'm about to put you on something. I'm about to make you mad. It'd be Josh Taylor. You know why? Because Regis ain't no fucking fan base.
all right, forget the fan base. I don't care.
What are you talking about? Who more popular?
You would not answer my question. I don't care about his fan base. He could have no fans. I don't care. I'm asking you a question. If that fight happened, if Josh Taylor and Regis happened in the U.S., who do you think they would have scored the fight for?
Josh Taylor. The guy that gonna make
now
more
you
money.
lying.
The guy that gonna make more money.
Lying.
Regis never sold 2,000 tickets in his fucking life.
I don't care about the 2,000
but
tickets.
Here we go. Because you assume it because you say because it's in the United States, they don't give it to the United States fighter. But what the foreign fighter brings more money than the United States fighter. It's about who brings more money. It's not about where you're from. It's about who brings more money to the table.
Okay, but
it's not about where you're
argument,
from.
Ty, you want to tell me that the argument you don't hear every time you hear about Josh Taylor and Regis Progress, if that fight happened in the U.S., probably
no, that's for Regis fans because the white bull whooped his ass.
That was a close
that white bull
fight. You
no,
can't say he got his ass whipped.
That
fight could have gone either way.
Listen, that white bull whooped his ass. Y'all trying to get
not whip his ass.
Oh my God, man! Like y'all know me, Sibbie. Y'all know me. I love black people. I'm so strong, pro-black. But y'all go too far with that shit sometimes. He lost. He got his ass whooped.
He didn't get his ass whooped. That was a crazy close fight. That fight could have gone either way.
Two things.
You want to tell me that fight couldn't have gone either way?
Look, Taylor.
Listen. First, Taylor didn't whoop his ass. He won, but he didn't whoop his ass.
He clearly won.
Second, the thing I don't get with you, T.Y., you can't use resume, but when it comes to Boo Boo Charla, you don't let nobody else use resume.
No, I got you. No, listen. I say Boo Boo, right? I can give you contenders that he beat. Dude ain't beat no contenders. He beat a Willie Nelson. He beat a Vanes. Vanes, think about, okay, he fought Vanes, right? They were both undefeated on HBO. Vanes was good at the time. Who undefeated guy he beat for a title? That was a semi-big fight. Regis ain't got that. Do we? Yes or no?
Who, Barsh? I don't know.
So you trying to tell? Hold on. You trying to tell me Barsnick is on the same level as Vanes was that time? The HBO guy is building up. They came with Joe with Laura. You trying to tell me on the same level? Laura was on HBO constantly before he fought Boo Boo. So you telling me Barsnick's on the same level as Vanes at that time?
I got to use your logic. You said Vanes had a what with Laura?
Vanes had a draw with Laura.
That wasn't a win. That wasn't a win.
Not a win. Can't count it.
He fought.
Not a win. Can't count it.
Listen. My whole point I'm trying to say is, I gave you an average guy in Vanes that's better than Barasic. I give you a Willie Nelson. He beat a line test Fox. He beat average guys.
What did Vanes do at 54 that was much better than Barsnick, however you say his name, did at 140?
Come on.
Baranchik was actually a world champion. Vons never was. Vons was just a real good fighter. Baranchik was a world champion.
Oh yeah. The guy, he fought Paul Williams and Laura to get the title. Who the fuck Baranchik beat for his belt?
Vons was never a world champion.
Come on, like you act like when Vanes was up that way, it was bums up there. It was.
Who did Vanes beat that was talked about? Nobody.
I'm saying he was. All right, I get you. I'm just saying y'all gave me two.
The best thing Vanes did was had a draw versus Laura, not a win. He dropped Laura. He dropped Boo Boo, but then he got shut out after that.
But you gave me two. All I'm trying to say is I'm not here to shit on Regis, but you give me two contenders in 30 fights. Two contenders.
All right, but hold on. We're talking about the fact that Regis proved how good he was against Josh Taylor. You can't deny that. Even in a loss, Regis proved how good he was against Josh Taylor. That's just like Porter proving how good he is against Thurman. Just like Porter proving how good he is against Spence.
Here we go. I don't bet. Sibbie, Hitman, you my man. Y'all know I don't do that. Like, we talk this shit. I don't do the betting.
Yeah, of course.
We can bet.
It's boxing.
You my bro. We can bet some money that Tank will whoop his ass.
How much money you want to bet?
Something small and nothing major, but just to prove that he'll whoop his ass.
All right, how about this? I'll bet this. If Tank gets his ass whipped by Regis, you got to say the alphabet backwards without stuttering one time.
Okay, I got you. And if fucking Tank, and if Tank not came out right, you got to stop
I'll
that
do
dumb
a math problem. I'm horrible at math. I was especially at math.
Nah, you get what I say. If Tank win, your ass got to stop that dumb ass rock shit.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
All right, hold on. You know what? All right, since we want to up the stakes, all right, I'm gonna up this stake. You ready?
That's a good bet.
If Regis beats Tank, you can never talk about Crawford or Boo Boo again in your life. I don't care if they're fighting up next.
Oh my God,
you can never talk about them again.
Impossible.
Yeah, you'll hate it. You'll hate it now because they're better than your favorite fighters.